like you to meet my co-host for today's episode, Ginger. Today we're going to show you how to make some of those favourite sandwich fillers. It's the curried egg episode. No pressure, Ginger. Looks like this is going to be the curried egg without egg episode. First up, we've got Anne. She's going to show us how to make an eggless curried egg using tofu.
If you're wondering about some alternatives to put into your kids' sandwiches, we have one for you, and it is curried egg. Now I'm going to be using today a vegan mayonnaise, which is egg-free and dairy-free because I need dairy-free alternatives, a little bit of curry powder and some firm tofu. I am a huge tofu fan, love it. So what I have here is 1/4 of a block of tofu, and all I've done is I've just given it a bit of a mash up. And then to this I'm going to add some mayonnaise and the curry powder. The curry powder, the flavour, I wish you could smell the flavours, they're just so yummy, magnificent. Also gives it a bit of colour. So just give that a bit of a mash through, really work it in together. Now you might want to add a little bit more mayonnaise if you like it more creamy, a little bit more curry. It's all up to you, and it's all a matter of your personal preference. And there we have a totally egg-free curried egg with tofu and egg-free mayonnaise.
Next up, it's Lisa. She's going to use chickpeas to make her curried egg. So for my egg alternative today, I'm going to be using chickpeas as the base. Chickpeas are high in plant-based protein, they're also high in fibre, and unlike egg, they don't have any cholesterol, so it's really good for people who are avoiding egg for health reasons or for people who just can't eat egg for any other reasons. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add some flavouring. I've got some turmeric for some yellow colour and some curry powder, who doesn't love the smell of that, and mayonnaise. If you'd like some great egg-free mayonnaise recipes, don't forget to check out the mayonnaise episode. This is the one that I made in that episode, which is the chia and safflower. It's pretty yummy. Okay, so I've got my trusty potato masher, and I'm just going to start mashing the chickpeas. Okay, so a texture like that is fine. If you want it smoother, that's fine. If you're doing it for children and sometimes you want to mask the shape or they don't like chewing, you could certainly keep mashing. But I find a texture like that is great because it still picks up all the flavours, and also when you spread it on your sandwich or cracker or however you're going to have it, it has a little bit of height in it as well, so it doesn't feel like you're just having bread on bread. Okay, so let's add the other stuff. So you can add as much mayonnaise or as little mayonnaise as you like. Remember, it's a condiment, it's not the main course. So I'm only going to add 2 tablespoons to this much chickpeas. I've got about a can of chickpeas there because it's less fatty than a regular mayonnaise, and at least you're getting some of the omega-3s in the chia. You could probably add a little tiny bit more if you wanted to, so I will. And now I'm just going to add the flavours in. So I've got quite a bit of curry here and some turmeric just to help lighten the colour a little bit. And now I'm just going to stir. And the final touch is you can add a squeeze of lime if you like, just for a little bit more of a fresher taste. And now it's ready to eat. And speaking of that, it's lunchtime, so I'm going to go make some lunch. I'm fascinated to see how Hayley's going to make curried egg out of this.
Making curried egg without egg is pretty tricky. Today I'm going to show you how to make a raw curried egg alternative using the avocado mayonnaise that we made in the mayonnaise episode. I'm also going to be using diced zucchini instead of egg. So it's really simple. All I'm going to do is add some spices to my mayonnaise. As you can see, it's quite thick. Alternatively, you can add a little bit of olive oil, extra virgin, that's totally up to you. I'm going to add some curry powder and cumin to the avocado mayonnaise. Now we're going to mix it all together in a larger bowl. I'm just going to stir it all together. Beautiful. There you have it, a green curried egg without the use of any eggs. All ready to be served as a healthy snack.
Poor Glenys, she always gets stuck with the really tricky one. She's going to make curried egg using agar.
There are two parts to this recipe. The first part we're starting with is making the egg yolk, and the second part is making the egg white. So into our blender, we're going to pop in 1 cup of butter beans that I've prepared earlier, some nutritional yeast, some salt, some turmeric, and some lemon juice. And the secret ingredient to making these eggs set is agar powder, and for that we'll need some boiling water. Now that the water is boiling, I'm going to add the agar to the pot. And with a whisk, we're going to blend this into the boiling water till it resembles uncooked egg white. We're going to take it off the heat. We're going to leave it to stand for a few minutes, but we need to work quickly. And now we're going to continue on with the egg yolk. For this, I need to take out 1.5 cups of our prepared agar liquid. And now I'm going to pour this into the egg yolk mixture. Now I'm going to pour my milk into the remaining agar mixture and whisk it into the agar liquid before it sets. Now we're pouring it into the small container so it can set. Top tip for this is that if you use rice milk, it's got a very subtle flavour. Other milks are stronger and may overpower your no egg recipe. We're going to blend up the egg yolk now, and if you don't have a high-powered blender, you may find you need to pass it through a sieve before you pop it in the fridge. And now that these are complete, we need to pop them in the fridge for about 2 hours to set. I've made this recipe, the basic recipe. If you'd like to vary it up, you may wish to add some onion powder or some garlic powder to it. So as you can see, these have set really beautifully in the fridge, and now we can take it up to dice it up for our curried egg. You can mash this with a fork or a potato masher. And now we're ready to make that curried egg. So I'm going to sprinkle on some curry powder and the mayonnaise that we made earlier. I'm just going to pour some of that over the top, and you can be as generous as you like because this is a very low-fat mayonnaise. And here we go, our no-egg curried egg that we can use as our sandwich filler.
Wow, Ginger! Who would have thought you could make eggless curried egg 4 different ways? And now it's your turn. Let us know what you think. And if you want to see what the girls are up to next, head on over to the website and fill in your details to stay up to date with all the latest.